Well, hello, hello, hello. I am super excited to be here with you today. Myself and May are here to talk about the tour, September of 2025 to the beautiful, beautiful Ireland. And why I've been sitting here, we just kind of been chit-chatting a little bit, but I've been admiring that beautiful picture behind you.
Yeah.
May, can you tell anybody about that? And is that something we might be able to see as we're going on this great tour?
Well, do you know something, Michelle? That would be a common scene in Ireland, but that picture is taken in a place called Coney Island.
Ooh.
Coney Island, not in New York, not in Cincinnati, but it's off the Sligo coast. And actually, a bit of news, some people might know this, some people might not. But there was a guy that lived on the island and he emigrated to New York and he became a postman. And the area that he was a postman, he named it Coney Island. So
Oh my
there's the
gosh.
connection between Sligo and Coney Island in New York.
Okay, that is freaking amazing. See, we
It,
don't think about that. We think the pond, what everybody calls it, the
yes, the
pond,
pond.
separates everything, but actually, we're still all as one. I
Oh yeah.
mean, we wouldn't have one or the other. And I know when we spoke, we were talking about beautiful, beautiful sceneries. People be able to take it in and just open up and, just start flourishing with all of it, the smells, the colors, and the itinerary that you sent over. And I know a lot of them can see the itinerary. If you've been on the website, you probably have seen May put a map that has little pins. You click on those, it shows you where we're going.
And a video.
Um,
Videos are
yeah,
attached to all those
videos and
icons.
everything. I know it is amazing. And I've never been, so this will be my first time.
Oh,
And
brilliant.
so it's going to be beautiful to experience all the first with all the people that will be joining us on
Yeah.
this. And of course, there's pubs, guys. We will hear music in the pubs.
Oh yes. Well, actually, about that, Michelle, you will because um, before this life of bringing people over to Ireland and before I ever immigrated to America, for people that don't know, I actually live in Kentucky, but I'm from Sligo, the northwest. And if people don't know where that is, I'll give you a rough idea. If you think of Ireland as a teddy bear, I'm in the neck of it.
Oh,
There you go.
closer
So
to
you
the
have, so
heart.
you have an idea. You have an idea where I'm from.
Uh,
But before I left Ireland, I was a recording artist. I was a traditional singer. And I had a lot of people come from all over the world to learn that art form. And
wow.
I'd bring them around and show them places. And it's amazing with the tours now. It really is amazing to watch friendships grow and to watch people continuing their friendships after they leave the tour and make friends with people locally. But talking about the music, um, I'm a traditional singer, but my son is a professional traditional flute player.
Oh,
And we always have my local musician friends in at least one night in the hotel that we'll be staying in. We stay with your tour, we'll be staying in the Northwest and we'll be staying in this beautiful little family run rural country hotel
my
run by
goodness.
Therese and Pierre, and the food is fantastic. It's in a small little town. The locals come in, you'll dance with them, you'll sing with them, you'll hear them play music, and you'll get to, it's not just going over and just visiting haunted places. Like, I mean, no matter where you are in Ireland, all you have to do is throw a stone and you'll hit a ghost. I mean, I mean, you just can't deny it. It's as old as we're
Oh,
thousands of
yeah.
years old. I mean, there's places in Sligo and places around. We'll be bringing you to some places that are older than the pyramids.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
we're talking about five, 6,000 years old. And no matter where you go, if you're highly sensitive, you'll pick things up. But there's so much more to Ireland, and hopefully this itinerary will be bringing you to some beautiful places.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at those and, just the idea of, stepping into history. stepping, where others have been that, like you said, older than, even what we have in the US. Um, but I think a lot of us, we're just hustle bustle. And we always, we were talking about it, making excuses why we can't take care of ourselves. And I think, like with this tour, to invest in yourself
Yeah,
is kind of one of the things you have to look at. I know a lot of people, don't know, but you are a survivor
I am.
and super, super
I am.
great.
I am. I'll tell you, I am a survivor of cancer. I was given a terminal diagnosis in late 2022. I ended up, to make a long story short, I ended up getting very, very sick, not alone from cancer, but I had what was called a diseased gallbladder, but nobody could diagnose it because it wasn't showing up anywhere. But I was getting sick 12 times a day at least, and seven, eight,
Oh,
9 times at night, every day, every night. I went in February with blood sugars of 20, which is not good. It's not life
no.
sustaining, and I was severe malnutrition. I ended up coming out with a feeding tube, which, in fairness, I hated it and I loved it because it saved my life, but I just hated it, you know.
Yeah,
Anyhow,
yeah.
I had cancer everywhere. I had cancer in the breast, the lung, the lymph nodes in the lung, 5 spots on the spine, and 2 spots on each hip. So, for anybody that's out there that's listening to this and that might know of somebody or that is going through it themselves, if you can at all, try to keep as positive as you can and keep saying, I'm going to beat it. I'm going to beat it. I'm going to beat it. It has actually been proven, Michelle,
Yep.
that the more positive you are about it, it's hard, and I know it's hard because I went through it, but it is possible. It's not necessarily a death sentence, and the nurses and the doctors are fantastic. And if anyone at any stage that's listening to this wants to contact me through Facebook or anything else and wants to chat or wants to ask me anything, I can't answer all the questions, but I'm there for anyone who needs to talk. That's all I'll say. But I'm here, I'm cancer
Yes.
free. It went out of my bones, which is not possible. So I regard it as a miracle. I regard God has looked after me. The prayers that were said for me, the people that have sent healing energy to me all over the world. Michelle, it's been amazing.
And my heart is so full, and I am so grateful you're still with us. And that is something that I think about. Like we said, it's so easy to put everything on the back burner, but we don't know when will be
No,
our last breath.
we don't.
And so investing in ourselves of, what, I can make this work. I can do this.
Yeah.
And, making new friendships, being with people and just kind of, just really helping out. So I know you put a lot of surprises in the itinerary, and
Yes.
I am so excited.
I'm
And
getting a message here. Upgrade now. We have 9 minutes and 30,
oh,
30 minutes.
we can talk in 9 minutes. We should
We
be
can.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
because we don't want to tell everybody on the itinerary. They can
Well, we
see
have
it.
we have a few surprises, but
That's what I'm saying. The surprises, myself, I'm like a child right now going, oh my God, I got to keep my mouth closed. But I have noticed something on your tours, on though, especially like mine, and you guys can see I'm not lying, it's right there. Um, you have made time. You're not keeping people stuffed in a bus constantly on the road. You have literally based it out where people can actually enjoy having lunch, walk around, see the scenery, take in Ireland the way they should. And that was something that really impressed me.
yeah.
If you can tell the people a little bit more why you do that kind of stuff,
Well,
because that's
it's,
what a tour should be.
I'll tell you, it's very simple because when I was living over in Ireland, we'll probably see it. There's a 12th century abbey that is about 10 miles away from my home place at home, and I would see all these buses pulling up, and 50 people would jump out of the bus and they take photographs and they jump back into the bus again. And I remember thinking, why would anyone pay money to do that? They don't even know what they're looking at. Now, I've got places like Powers Court Gardens. I mean, that would be the first day that we go. I'll run through the
Mhm.
itinerary quickly. The gardens are fantastic, unbelievable. There's a distillery there. There's a Japanese garden. There's a walled garden. There's a fairy garden. There's oh, it's unbelievable. But you know, it's just magnificent, and people can stroll around and take it easy because the first day people are kind of tired and they don't want to be doing too much. And that day as well, we're going to go to a place called Glendalough, and Glendalough dates back to the 6th century. There's a round tower in it. St. Kevin was associated with Glendalough, and there's a graveyard, and there's some churches, the ruins of them now. I mean, these are ancient um, places to visit. And again, anyone who's sensitive will pick up a lot. So that's day one, and we'll come back then, and we'll stay in a hotel, a beautiful hotel just outside Dublin. There's a swimming pool in it, and you know, there's a few
Yeah.
things. So anyhow, the second day we are going to the secret venue. We're not telling anyone.
No.
I took something out of the itinerary to put this in, but this, believe me, people, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. And then we'll come back into Dublin and we'll visit Kilmainham Jail, which is a museum now, but again, again, if you're sensitive, the 1916 rising people were shot in the yard, and
Oh my.
one of them was actually shot in a chair, and there's a cross in the yard, and you can see the cells and everything, and it goes back. Kilmainham jail goes back to the during and before the famine, and people who would have stole bread. I mean, there was children and women and everything. It was a cruel place to end up, and people would be put there before they would be transported to um, Van Diemen's Land or Australia or places like that. And they lived in squalor, and a lot of them died of the hunger in there. You know, if they were
Oh my
fed, they would
gosh.
only be
Yeah.
fed once a day. And then we're going to Malahide Castle, which is, people will be able to read this on We Travel. If they go into the website, Secret Ireland Tours, you'll see home, you'll see the tab home. Then you can see tours for 2025. And if they click that, it's an easy way to get to your tour. Just scroll down, they'll see a picture of you, they'll see a link, and it'll bring them into, yes, it'll bring them into your tour. And then they can just click the green button and it brings them into We Travel, and all of the information about all the tours is there. So that's the first day. The second day we're going to be coming down towards the northwest or up towards the northwest. And the first place we're visiting is Belvedere House. It's beautiful inside. There's a fantastic tour guide there, but there's a thing called a jealous wall. And this has
Oh,
a very sordid past as well because Rochford, he was a lord and he married this young 16-year-old. She didn't want to marry him, but she was forced to marry him. Would be in the 17th century, 17th, 18th century. And she ended up having four children, and he lost interest in her. And he was always a kind of a philanderer, if you know what I mean.
yeah.
Anyhow, either his mistress or his older brother kind of put thoughts into his head about her having an affair with his younger brother, which was not actually true. But anyhow, the boy locked her in a bedroom for 30 years, and
Oh my gosh.
she could not see her four children. Now she did get out when he died, but that place is definitely, I mean, there's hauntings going on there, and they can tell you a lot of the stories about that. But that's Belvedere House. And then on the way down to Tubbercurry, where we'll be staying, Forest Park in Lough, and I'm going to show you from the shores an 11th century castle.
Oh my gosh.
It's amazing, and there's so many stories I'm going to tell you about this. I mean, it'd take me all night to tell you the stories. There's even songs. And MacDiarmid, there was the High King, and he had a daughter who was in love with Tomás Lodger ó Custeala. Thomas, large, big Thomas Costello, or Costello as you say here. But anyhow, he went off to France fighting in the wars, and when he came back, his people had lost some of their lands. So he wasn't of the stature that was good enough for the daughter. And she
Okay.
left the castle because she wasn't allowed to see him, and she went to Abbey Island and she died there. And he swam in and he sat on her grave and he died there. And there's two trees that intertwine on the
Oh
two
my
graves. Yeah.
gosh.
So anyhow, there's stories like that I can tell you. So
And
that
see,
is,
that is amazing.
yeah.
And but the most amazing thing about all of this, because I know we only got about 3 minutes too, we'll talk some more of the tour. Will you let everybody know how easy it is to actually get booked on a tour like this?
Absolutely. Look at all you have to do. Go to Secret Ireland Tours LLC.com. You'll see tabs at the top. Go to
Hmm.
Home. You'll see a drop down menu. Then you'll see Tours for 2025. Or you can see the drop down menu and you'll see Michelle's tour there. It's called, what is it called, Michelle? It has a
Darius.
mysterious journey to Ireland with Michelle Roos.
Yes.
And but one way or another, you can just do the home tours for 2025. Click that and then scroll down. You'll see her picture and you'll see the link, and it'll bring you into the page. You'll see the green button. Click the green button. It's all there, self-explanatory, and it brings you into the website and or into the We Travel, and they can pay their deposit and secure their um book there. And we're only taking 25. So this is going to, once you know, this is going to sell
Yeah.
out fast. And just for anybody's information, we offer interest-free installment plans to make it easier. People
See,
can
and
pay
that
for
is
the next,
great.
yeah, they
Yes.
can pay 12 months, they can pay 14 months, whatever, or they can pay bits and pieces at a time if they want to do that.
And the great thing is, it's not till September of 2025.
Yes, it's not
So that means it's
exactly.
over a year. You
Yeah,
can have this tour paid off in within, still have maybe 6 months to get like airfare and
yeah,
things
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
So it's so affordable. And I have noticed your prices of all your tours are like very affordable. It's not these outrageous
yeah.
prices and then all this extra.
And to
And
be honest, Michelle, I pride myself in giving an affordable tour because that was
yes,
another thing that annoyed me. I would hear people over here in America saying, you know, we went on to Ireland on tour. How much was it? 3,000 so many hundred. And you're thinking,
yeah,
are you staying and that's another thing, by the way, is people, you get to stay in a castle the night before you leave.
I
And you're
love
still
it.
getting it at a very good
You
price.
still get it, and you can stay in a castle. And I know we have less than a minute.
Minute. Yes.
Yes. And
So, so if anyone
I,
wants to contact us, they can contact me or go on your Facebook page or go on my
yes,
Facebook page and give us a private message or something and we can send them links. But my email address is mai@secretirelandtoursllc.com if anyone wants to ask me any questions.
I think that's perfect. And like I said, we didn't go through the whole itinerary, but we want people to kind of just feel it.
Yeah.
But I think, a couple months down the road, we should get back together
Yes.
and
And
maybe talk
I'll
on a little
upgrade.
bit. Yeah, and light it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And but I just wanted people to understand that this tour is affordable.